Check this out, guys. I've bought us a factory for podcasting.
Well. We got kicked out of my study at home and we moved into the office at the factory here. So we got Dave and Joey here. What's happening, Joey? What have you been up to?
Mate, it's great to be here. It's been a wonderful long weekend of fishing and nice weather in Melbourne. And yeah, it's good to be here.
So you've been fishing. Who you been fishing with and what have you been catching?
Well, Dave and I had the chance to go fishing on Sunday. And yeah, it was a mixed bag, that was for sure.
Yeah, well, we chased the elusive big tuna, which I talk about every week now. People are probably starting to think that I suck. I almost don't want to bring it up. But yeah, we chased the elusive big tuna and we got bashed to death by the sea for about 8 hours. And then we nearly ran ourselves out of 260 litres of fuel. So we decided we'd come in, we'd remove the tuna gear of glory from the boat and place in the snapper gear of shame. And and then we relaunched and went down on the snapper, didn't we, Joe?
Wait,
Yeah.
so you literally went out there all day, burnt 260 litres and came back and that wasn't enough for you. So you refueled and basically went snapper fishing because you were that depressed. You went snapper fishing.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, the boat ramp was so busy on Sunday afternoon.
Oh man, there was boat ramp wars. What time did we come in to do the swap over? It was about 3:30, 4.
Yep.
And it was like end of tide change, low tide too, so there's not much not much room in that channel. And everyone was just like doing full on boat wars.
Yep. That's
It
so
was
funny.
Absolutely epic. So I want to take you on a visual journey.
You want to
with
take
us.
me on a journey?
Yeah, if you want
Okay.
to switch to my phone.
Yep.
So
I'm here. I'm looking
Okay.
at it. So what do we got here?
this is little old Stony Point.
Yeah.
This is where we launched from.
Okay.
So we drive down the road in our car.
Yep.
Woo!
That's
Launch
a long
there.
drive. That's
Yep.
a very long drive.
Right. So this is Western Port. We run down the North Arm. And then it's like, which way do we go? Which way do we go? So we went this way.
You just went past back there. 5 ways. 5 ways where all the 5 bits of ocean meet in the middle, but it wasn't very scary.
Okay. There's,
Joe's on the 2 cents commentary there.
I believe that's a different place. All right. Switch back to my map. All right.
So
So
you've
we're
gone
going out the eastern entrance. We go round here.
under
and
the
we
New
go-
Haven Bridge.
And we go round these marker poles, which some people weren't doing.
And then you
And
see Suraj fishing on the rocks.
They were running themselves aground there. Then we go here under the Bridge of Glory, or Bridge of Shame. And then out here. And right here was our mate Suraj fishing off the rocks. We waved him goodbye. And then we came out here at the entrance. So at this stage, we've done about 35k. And it actually looked really good, right? So we did some spins around here. And I was like, oh, it's not quite good enough. So we'll pull the gear in and we'll run down here to a place called Cody Bank. We got there. Not much happening there. Oh, we'll just keep going a little bit further. We're going with the sea at this stage. And we end up all the way down here. A little place called Cape Lip Trap.
Okay, so you basically just drove for about, I don't know, 3 hours to go to, let's see, Wilson's Prom.
Yeah.
On what? What made you go there?
Well, we just figured there had been reports from Cody Bank, and we just figured, well, maybe the fish have just kept pushing east, so we kept going that way. And then when we turned to come back, we realised we'd be just pounding back into quite a large sea, and it was about 58k back to Cape Woolamai, where we probably had the best of the life, and we wanted to go back to. So we pushed all the way back there, cut some laps for a while, and then I was like, yeah, we should probably just give up and go snapper fishing now.
You just given up, did you? Just like that, gave up because there was no fish or because you ran out of fuel?
Oh, it looked all right, but nothing special at all. So yeah, it was better just to go in and do something else.
We didn't push down for no reason. We didn't push down for no reason. Once we saw the mutton birds on the water, and they were scooping and swiping, and then we saw a few dolphins, and then in the distance we saw some more birds, which then became mutton birds, and more little patches of dolphins. And every time we got to one flotilla of mutton birds and watching them, swipe and at the water, we just kept following the never-ending mutton birds.
Yeah. And yeah, it was not a fun journey back though. We did not enjoy that.
No, my actual hands were like sore just from on the bars, just like rocking back and forth. They were like bruised up the next day.
Dave has a habit of destroying his crew. Like he seems to think that he needs to drive super hard and.
I was actually not, was I, Joe?
No, it wasn't. No, we were getting but Dave's got a beautiful soft riding boat as well, and yeah.
Just soft, you reckon, like butter, just fucking melts.
She's pretty good.
Into the ocean.
I love that boat, and that engine, like, I'm not sponsored by Mercury, but that engine's beautiful.
Thank you.
We're not sponsored.
Have
by
yourself
anyone,
an engine, Joe.
No, it's the economy was unbelievable. Like Dave was like, "Oh, we're gonna run out of fuel," and he's like, by the time we got back round trip, it was like what you said, there was 60 liters left.
No. Well, I didn't think we were going to run out of fuel. I just thought that, we should probably keep some in the tank. And I'll be honest, it's because I didn't want to fill the whole thing again. Because have you seen the price of fuel at the moment?
Was it
yeah,
$1.84?
Yeah, where we fill up, it was $1.80. I think it's still $1.75.
Shit, that sucks.
Yeah. The guy's eyes lit up when he saw me come back in again and refuel for the second time. He's like, "Whoa, you get another Tesla."
Oh yeah, he's got a Tesla.
He's good at small talk at the servo there.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke actually.
Talks cricket with you.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he just put $300 in the boat. Oh yeah, he's been watching the cricket.
Yeah. So anyway, then we relaunched and we just went down to an area called Coronet Bay.
Yep.
And we weren't really chasing big snapper. We just thought we'll get a feed. And everyone's been saying it's been really crap actually. I spoke to our mate Joshy on the phone and he's like, "Oh, it's been terrible. I've been up around Coronella and it's just been heaps of weed in the water and we've only caught like one fish over a few days." So I'm like, "Oh, that's good."
Yep.
Last thing I need is to come out here and not even be able to catch a snapper.
It's been a tough season on snapper. Like early season, we were killing it. Like we didn't miss it all. We were always coming home with at least a 5 kilo fish.
Yeah.
I guess late October, early November, it's just turned to absolute pus.
Yeah. So anyway, we got straight on the fish. If you switch to phone mode here.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Okay.
Spirited fellow. God.
Oh, gee. Oh, don't lose him.
Excuse you.
Hey.
You guys go, Adrian.
Oh, how did I go?
Yeah.
I was actually rolling around in bed all weekend, crook. I'm not sure what it was, but I was crook, so
You
I
talked
didn't
up
actually go
such a
fishing.
that's not true. You talked up such a big game about your one-man tea tree competition.
No, well, it actually turned into a two-man tea tree competition.
It did.
I parked out front of Brendan's house because he had his tinny hooked up to his car, and I did a little video to tease him. Like, "Oh, look at this, the battle of the tinnies on the snapper comp tonight." And
He's so easy to bait.
isn't he? He's very easy to bait. And I tempted him out there, and I went out a bit earlier than him. I actually tried squid fishing about 4 hours and couldn't even catch one. I had
Really?
2 baited jigs. I was casting at the same time, drifting, spot locking on the anchor. Just could not tempt a squid.
Oh man, that sucks. Was the water pretty dirty? We've had so much. By the way, we haven't discussed mega storm last Friday. That
Oh,
probably contributed to your poor fishing and my poor fishing.
Yeah.
Do you
I s-
reckon?
Yeah, well,
Do you reckon?
so last Friday we had a near-on hurricane rip through the peninsula.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hurricane because it was a low pressure system, Dave. So
Yep, okay.
we can't call that a
It was a
hurricane.
twister.
Twister.
It was going clockwise because we're in the southern hemisphere.
Yes.
Is that right?
No,
Anti.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
how it
I don't
works.
know either. I thought you'd know though. It's
Yeah.
the sort of thing you'd know.
So we have cyclones in Australia and hurricanes in the northern hemisphere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was Cyclone Yasi.
No,
You know that
that
one?
was in 2009.
Ah.
So
Yeah, the return.
the return, you reckon?
Yeah, part 2. So cruising around the peninsula the last few days for work, it's like there's massive trees down everywhere, even just up the road here in Somerville.
At the Macca's in Frankston on the foreshore, though, the roof was actually ripped off. Like there was no roof on it. That's
Yeah,
how crazy
right.
the wind was. I think it peaked at Frankston at about 126 km an hour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
What's it got to be classified as a cyclone?
Well, it's spinning the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's not a high pressure system.
No, it was a tropical.
I mean,
tropical storm.
whatever.
It's a low pressure system. It was like actually the barometer read like 985 or something.
Perfect.
I've never seen it that low before. It's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
No, yeah, so Frankston copped it bad.
Yeah, because it was direct west as well. So that's basically front on in center in that Frankston Carrum area. It just like hits it straight on.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine the little bar at Patterson River there? Like,
Oh, it would have been Hawaii 5-0.
yeah, there's
Oh,
probably
did
people
anybody say what the maximum reading was at South Channel Island?
Yeah, that's what we looked at.
Yeah,
It was like 70 something knots.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I
But
think the normal wind was about 65 knots or something, and
Yeah.
gusting at 78 or something. It was
yeah,
crazy.
gusting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other area that was bad it was Red Hill as
Yeah.
well, where it like accelerated up the hill. There's massive trees down.
Up the hill.
It does that. It's like a Venturi effect.
So you think Red Hill is an actual hill?
Yeah.
It's
on a hill.
Okay.
Bloody oath, it's a hill.
Just
What's
just
your
a
problem,
ran-
mate?
Nothing.
Anyway, so we had all this wild weather, and it rained a hell of a lot as well. So that's pushed all this shit into Western Port, and actually even offshore there is seaweed everywhere, weed everywhere.
No,
So that's pushed all this filthy water down the system, hasn't it?
speaking of weed, when me and Brendan were having our tea tree competition,
Speaking of weed, what happened?
we didn't smoke any.
You guys blazing up?
No. That's not what happened, Dave. But yeah, we literally anchored up 6 meters away from each other. I said, "This isn't good, Brendan. I'm going to move." No. The closer the better. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, first rack of rods. I had rod number 2, just twizzling like this. I'm like, oh, I think it could be a snapper, but I'm thinking more of a circle fish. Anyway, I pick it up, strike it, and
You just struck your microphone.
yes, I did. And it just screamed off. And because Brendan was on the channel side of me, it took off towards him. So it's gone out and wide.
Yes.
And I'll go, oh shit, Brendan, this eagle dog's coming straight for you. He goes, yep, it's got rod number 1. Yep, number 2. I'm like, oh shit. And then it starts heading between our 2 boats towards his anchor. He goes, oh shit, it's got 3 and 4 as well. And all these rods are just like facing like towards my boat, just like tangled and twisted. And it's gone for his anchor, and I can just feel it like
Oh my god!
rubbing
You could have
against.
done the ultimate sabotage and just sawed through his anchor rope.
Yes, exactly. And
How long did that put him out of business?
oh, well,
he wouldn't
it was
have
funny because
retired, would he?
no, it was funny because I got snapped off on his anchor. I'm like, yes, beautiful. And I wound in my rod, and my sink was tangled around all 4 of his rods. And he's like, cut your line, Adrian, cut your line. And I'm just holding all these rods. I go, I'm not cutting my line.
Yeah.
I can just like pull the sinker off and untangle a few things. Nah, just cut it.
You know, if the shoe was on the other foot, he would have cut all 3 of your lines.
Yes, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah. And yeah.
Brutal.
So I just took my time to make sure I didn't have to retie much. All I had to do was put new hooks and leader on, but I didn't have to put my wind on, which was good.
Yeah.
And I got my sinker back and everything. And he's just begging me to cut everything. And then and then I just dropped all his line just right by my boat and just slowly drifts towards him, still tangled. And he's just had to wind all his rods in, and he's just on the boat, just unwinding it, tangling it. I'm just like, yes, I've just taken him out of the annual tea tree snapper competition. I'm like, I've got this in the bag.
Yeah, it's great. And then you went on to absolutely smash the fish, I believe.
Yeah, we still no, we still haven't had our way in yet because
I was waiting for the punchline. Like it's like this is building up to something.
Yeah.
Really good.
But yeah, we haven't got to that part of the story yet.
Oh.
So
Yeah, sorry.
straight after he's fixed all his rods, about 10, 15 minutes of work, I'm sitting back drinking my coffee, just laughing at him like I've got a full set out. He's got nothing out. And by the time he gets something out, his rod number 3 or 4 channel side, he's trying to do an Instagram film on it, like look at the knocks, look at the knocks. And then all I could hear was Zzz. I'm like, oh shit, he's on an eagle dog,
Yeah.
and he's yelling at me. He's saying, "Oh yes, I've got a 5-er on, a 5-footer. This is great, guys." and he literally fought that fish for about 20 minutes, and he ended up sitting down on his chair. He's like, "Adrian, I'm on my game chair. I'm on my eagle chair. This is great."
Yeah.
And it comes up to the boat, and he's playing with it on the side of the boat for so long. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I leant over and I got my hooks back. I didn't want to retie more hooks."
That's fair enough. I've learned a little trick with eagle rays, right?
Yep.
What you
keep
do
'em
is, no, you just pretty much, it doesn't work with all of them, right?
Yeah.
If you get those ones that are just sort of like not howling off on you, but going left to right,
Yeah.
you just give them like nearly slack line and just wind enough tension in the line to lead them back to you under no pressure. And a lot of the time they swim right back to you.
Yeah.
And then when they're just under the boat, then you go max drag, and shock them into coming up to the boat. And then you just like hold them like rodeo on a short leash.
Man, have you seen those things jump out of the air?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Could you imagine that? What your technique you're talking about right now, just like getting it so close to the side of the boat, and it just leaps up into the boat and stabs you in the heart with its tail.
Nah, I'd punch it straight in the nose. I'd
You
punch
just-
it back into the water.
David, that's evil. That's an animal.
It's me or him. It's, we know what happens with stingrays.
Okay, so if I try that technique next time, you're guaranteeing me that I won't get stabbed in the heart.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it next time.
If you do get stabbed in the heart, you're not going to come at me for, like, what are you going to do?
Nothing.
You'll be heart stabbed. So,
David.
His death might get avenged.
Yep.
His death might get avenged.
oh yeah, by who?
Next of kin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so the story, yeah, he wound his fish in, took him ages, he got his hook back, and then the relentless weed came.
oh good. It
Yes.
sounds like a classic Western Port evening.
Oh, yeah. Like, the water was actually clean at this stage. It was a nice clean tide. You could see the colour of the water. It wasn't the normal urine yellow colour. It was more of a light, tingy green.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
I personally like the urine colour.
Yeah.
Why is
Um,
that funny?
Yeah, but
Productive.
yeah, the weed came in. Every 5 minutes, you're literally ripping about 6 kilos of weed off every rod.
That sucks. I would have moved straight away.
But I think that was the story everywhere in Western Port that night. I heard a lot about the weed then, and literally, rods are in the water for 5 minutes and they're bent like this. And I'm just looking over at Brendan's rod like, have you checked your baits lately, Brendan? Oh, yeah, about 10 minutes ago. I go, no, you didn't. Your rods are like buckled over with weed.
See, Joe, if you'll recall, we went to look at a few different spots for snapper, and we could see there was weed on the sounder, so we didn't anchor in those spots.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's the difference.
yeah.
Using a bit of the old nous, Adrian.
So, yeah, you use your bloody sounder and sound some weed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a bit hard on slack tide to justify whether there's weed there or not.
Yeah,
Because it normally comes in like this the second, third hour of the tide. That's when it destroys you.
yeah, it comes on strong.
Yeah,
Actually, sometimes you just sift through it and you get fish anyway as well.
yeah. But you got to keep ripping the weed off. Otherwise, you got like my bait was full of weed and it came up with a bloody spider crab on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
mad.
You cook him up?
No,
Isn't that the ones they get on Deadliest Catch?
The spider crabs?
Yeah.
Isn't that king crabs? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the Alaskan king crab.
They kind of look like that though, don't they?
No, well they're probably about this big.
Mm.
And they got long. They're called spider crabs because they got like long legs, I guess.
I
And
know
they
what they
kind
look
of.
like. Yeah.
Have you ever been to like Rye Pier?
Oh, the red tide.
Yes, there's
Yes.
literally about 2 feet of crabs on top of each other,
Yeah, I know.
and like I remember going down Rye Pier for a squid fish a few years back. In the shallows there, you get some nice squid off the pier, and I just remember looking at the water, go, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah.
And the whole, I'm like, "Holy shit!" It's actually the whole sand is like 1 foot, 2 foot deep of just crabs.
Yeah.
It's
It's insane, isn't it?
Have you actually ever eaten one of those crabs? Or
Nah, I don't think they're good, are they?
yeah, back in the early days, we caught one. I was fishing with my uncle in near the St Leonard's Channel, and we naturally caught one on a pilchard,
Yeah.
and just thought, oh my gosh, we've caught the biggest, tastiest crab ever.
Oh no.
and we took it home,
Oh, no.
and we got the big crab pot.
Yeah.
The big crab pot on the stove. We're all just licking our lips, going, "This is going to be unbelievable." We boiled the crab,
Yep.
and then we've gone to open it up to enjoy the meat. And no joke, it was just like probably a 50-cent piece of meat. Probably.
Oh no, Joe.
Oh man.
Joe,
What do you
you
reckon?
can literally look at these crabs and go, "That's not worth eating." Like, look at it.
No,
Like,
it's not like a mud crab, is it?
nah,
Yeah,
a mud crab's like a hardy looking, like it's thick.
Yeah.
But these spider crabs are just like an eye and a little bit of body with long legs.
Well,
Like,
look,
Yeah.
we tried to snap a few legs in half and see if there was any meat in there, but there was no meat inside the snapped legs of the poor fella.
What do you reckon those spider crabs are doing though? Like honestly, do you think it's like a breeding thing, or do you think they're mounting an army with plans to invade the mainland and kill us all?
well, I'm not going to agree with your second option, but you might be close. But I actually think it's definitely a breeding thing.
Killing us all.
Yeah.
Breeding so that they have a bigger army to kill us all.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So both those ideas kind of interconnect, really.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like it, I know. I'll try to find a little bit of a crab footage.
Oh,
Oh.
some crab marching.
Yeah, so this is one from. See, Joe, I don't think you're going to get much meat off that. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're pretty amazing though, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a bit of rock.
Basically, I actually thought it was weed when I pulled it in. I go, oh, damn it, it's one of those spider crab things.
Have you ever caught in Western Port looks like a Moreton Bay bug?
Yep.
Yeah, they're called slippers,
They're
mate.
called Western Moreton Port Bay bugs.
I think they're called a Western Port slipper.
Slippery dogs.
Tried to eat one of them once as well. Boiled him up and cracked it open to try to find some meat. There was not much in that
Joey,
either.
they are bloody amazing eating. I don't know what you're talking about here.
They're actually better than crayfish.
Yeah.
Wow.
They might not have been full of meat, but
How-
also
Joey, you actually got to cook the whole thing, slice it down the middle, you split it open, rub some garlic and butter in it, and then you fry it on a barbecue, like
Yeah.
grill it,
Yeah, of course.
real hot, real heavy, like done, and then you drizzle more garlic butter on it, and then you just
Yeah.
eat it, and it's just absolutely insane.
So, how do we catch more of them?
Well, it's a
Well-
bit of a fluke.
yeah, I reckon you get like one every 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're the same as the Moreton Bay ones, or are they like a different variety?
I believe there's 2 different species,
Mm.
and I'm not sure if we get the Moreton Bay ones.
No.
But I can try to Google some stuff so we can have a look.
Yeah,
um,
I reckon they are a different species.
Yeah.
Do you even know if you're allowed to keep them, Joe, or do you just
No, you are.
try and boil and eat everything? Because it kind of
Um,
does sound that way.
No,
Snap things legs.
just toss it in hot boiling water and then just snap it off and see how you go.
What other weird stuff have you caught in Western Port and had a crack at? Rock cod?
No, not rock cod. No, there's Moreton Bay. Yep, spider crab. What else?
Yeah.
No, I can't think of it. Oh, tell me, have any of you guys ever eaten a gurnard?
Yeah, they're actually poor man's lobster. They're called.
Is it like a Simpsons moment where it's like, poison Poison. Tasty fish. And it's like the tiniest little sliver of meat that's not going to kill you.
Oh, no, the meat's all fine, but their head is probably 2/3 of their body, and it's basically surrounded by death spines.
So you have to catch a really big one to
Yeah,
make it good.
you got to catch a real big one, then you got to be real careful of his spines. But if you can be bothered doing all that, then they are actually really tasty to eat.
Yeah.
I recommend you try.
What species are you talking about? I've just been trying to Google some stuff. But...
Gurnard.
Oh, gurnards, yeah. Are you talking about the butterfly ones? Because
No, they are.
The carrots, yeah, they're amazing.
No, we're talking about the big head variety.
Oh yeah, the spiky, poisonous-looking things that no one wants to touch on the boat.
Here's another one for you at the bottom of the bay. Who's actually eaten blue throat parrotfish?
Wrasse, yeah.
Yeah.
They're actually,
Oh, they're actually
you can get a commercial fishing license for them.
Yeah, they export them live.
Yeah, you got to have a
Yeah.
live whale on your boat, but you could actually go out now and acquire one of those licenses. All you need is a vessel in survey, and it's all line and reel.
Yeah.
So you got to find some marks out there, which anyone can catch them.
Oh my God! Just to go back on the Gurnard thing.
Yeah.
You know, a certain guest of ours who was once a man chicken owner.
Yeah.
He got a
rooster
Gurnard.
owner
He got a Gurnard spike. Guess where he got hit by a Gurnard spike?
No.
on his dick.
Not his dick.
Are you allowed to say that?
Through the
Okay.
through the testicle.
Joey, this is
This is my first time on here. I'm not too sure what the ratings are.
Yeah, no, we're not for. Yeah, we registered as not for children
adultery.
or whatever it is.
Okay.
We can swear. Yeah, but anyway, through the testy.
Yeah. Oh no, not
Is
through
that
the
for
testes.
real?
Yeah, seriously, we'll talk about it with him next time.
What does it
Apparently,
do?
like-
Just swing into your lap and like, oh, it's just.
Brendan's just dangling this little thing like this, and it's just going whoop. Ah!
Oh yeah, his balls were puffed up like South Park when Randy Marsh gets
microwaves his balls so he can get marijuana.
Yeah, he gives himself testicular cancer and he's wheeling his testes around in a wheelbarrow. That was Brendan.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But yeah, back on that. Yeah, wrasse. I've actually eaten it before,
Yeah,
and it's good. If you look after most fish, it's better than you'd think it would be. Don't you
Mm.
reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Like blue throats. What was the other one?
Red mullet.
Yeah, red mullet.
I'm thinking of all that just like at the bottom of Flinders there across those kelpie beds. Don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's like they're not the glory fish though.
Goat-
We just arrogantly throw them back in the water.
Goatfish are a well sought after fish. Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys Greek restaurants they whole fry them in I guess that starch flour whatever you call it.
Yeah,
What's that flour stuff you use? That
Corn flour.
cornstarch.
corn flour.
Yeah, corn flour, yeah. They literally douse the thing in that flour and then just fry the hell out of it. And it comes back as a whole fish, guts and all.
Ugh.
Yeah. And
You can't cook guts. It makes it go yuck. Ruins everything else.
oh, I don't know. I've had it at a Greek restaurant before and I actually loved it.
They had the guts in it.
Yeah.
That's laziness on the chef's part.
You reckon?
I reckon that was an accident and you thought it was like some culture thing.
I don't know. What do you reckon, Joey?
Any Greek listeners, let us know if you eat the guts.
No, I don't know too much about it.
You wouldn't crack their legs off and see if they've got any meat in them?
Honestly, what's the gut say? Like, what's the bad bit? The liver, the kidney? That's about it.
Like bile, stomach acid, stomach contents.
Oh,
gills.
Shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, the gills. The gills are bad. No one eats gills.
Yeah.
Have you eaten gills before, Joey?
Nah, can't say I have.
What about crab gills?
Do they have them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're the most disgusting vile thing you will ever taste. Crab
Yeah.
gills.
Oh yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
that
you
out of there.
accidentally eat them by accident every time. You go, oh, there's a little bit of meat left in the crab, and then you eat it and go, oh shit, that was gills.
That's actually funny. I got a cousin that likes eating gummy shark, and one day he was fishing with his dad, and they'd caught a big female gummy shark, and his dad said to him, he's like, "Oh no, we got to put it back." And he's like, "Why?" He goes, "Because it's got pups." And my cousin who loves eating the gummy, he said, "Oh, can you eat the pups?" He couldn't understand why he had to put it back in the pups.
Actually,
Man.
Joey, this reminds me of a similar story of you. One day we failed on tuna, and we took a token gummy rod out, and we caught a blue throat wrasse. chucked it down there, and we go, Joey, you wind it in, mate. And it turned out to be this pregnant female gummy shark.
Remember that? There was
And
that.
Joey's like, should we chuck in the esky? And Dave's like, no, we're going to release the pups. Yeah, we'll release the pups. Okay. We're not going to fill it and release a bloody gummy shark, are we?
And I'm like,
That's probably what inspired me. That cousin inspired me to go along that tangent.
no, Joe, we're going to release the pups while still inside their mother.
Inside the vessel.
And Joe's like, huh?
It was a good gummy shark, Joe.
Yeah, no, but I honestly believe you could have just let the pups live and keep them
Okay,
up.
I've seen countless times where I've seen people kill the mum, the vessel, and there's like 20, 30 pups on the boat. And I've been on the boat when it's happened too. You got to be honest.
Yeah.
But I've seen
Yeah,
other
yeah.
boats, and it's been hilarious. You just see them chucking the pups out of the boat, and
With the-
literally they just float on the surface because they don't know up or down,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And then you have seagulls just pecking on the surface, literally eating these little tiny sharks, and it's actually sickening. But
Yeah, I think the jury's out as to whether they survive if you C-section them in order to take their mother.
well, I don't know if you C-section, you just kind of squeeze it out, like, and they just like pop out. Sometimes when you're halfway winding them up, you can just see them hanging like a tail, just hanging out,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So someone was talking to me about gummy sharks the other day. And they're like, oh, yeah, at least you got a gummy. I'm like, nah, just let them go. They're like, what'd you do that for? I'm like, oh, they piss out their skin. Don't you know that?
Yeah, that's true.
They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. They literally leach urine out their skin.
I actually despise those animals. They're like a
That is way over the top. They're beautiful.
no, they're beautiful animals, but to me,
Yeah, they're not like a glory species to us.
no. Well, I think they're like a bottom dwelling pest, like any of the sharks you catch in Western Port.
Yeah.
You go, oh, it's that. But
Bottom
mind
dwelling
you,
gummy
what are
dogs.
we actually chasing? We're chasing brim. People look down on brim fishermen.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, the
Yeah, but
surface is
they're
just a
mega
big brim.
Hey, check out the ink print behind us. We finally picked it up off Neil.
How do you say it? Shinkataku?
Inakakuru.
No, seriously, how do you say it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Hang on. I'll go back in my notes, my show notes.
I thought you said it was a Goku print.
No, it's
Like
not Goku.
Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Goku.
Joey.
Oh, jeez.
He's
Oh,
going
if
back
you-
on his notes here, but we can't even remember what the style of print is.
Yep. There's
Yeah,
some
no, we'll
questions
move
there
on.
for people. No. This is great listening. This is
Yeah, so Joey, you're a
Just-
real estate agent, mate.
Yep.
What's the go with that, mate? You selling houses?
The market's phenomenal at the moment.
Phenomenal. Is that how you say
phenomenal.
it?
No, there's it's record low interest rates at the moment. If you're a mortgage owner or looking to get into the property market, you'd be lucky. You can get an interest rate for about 2.2%.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
what happens if people, just make a budget to get it 2%, right? And then there's a big spike, goes 4%, 6%, 8% over a year. Are those kind of guys screwed? Are they, or what's the go with that?
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen. But it doesn't happen very, very quickly. Look,
Are you two
look,
seriously talking about interest
no, we
rates?
don't have to talk about real estate, but
It's Gaio Taku.
There you
fish
go,
print.
Dave. Sorry, Dave. We're just trying to fill in time here, and Joe's a real estate agent. It's interesting because it's a really interesting time in the property market.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
it is.
Joe's just stealing people's money left, right, and centre at the moment. That's
Yeah.
what you people do, isn't it? You
Yeah.
people.
Oh, I think I just sold one now, actually.
Oh shit! He's on his phone right
He's
now.
going to go off and make a bloody phone call about it.
No, it's all right. It's all done.
Yeah, it's all right. They have no choice but to go with you. The market's that crowded.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. So we haven't really introduced Joe properly, though. Joe's actually a world-renowned musician, aren't you, Joe?
World renowned.
No.
I did not know that.
Well, no, you are. World.
Yeah, well, why not?
Universally.
No, yeah, I've had a good music career. I play when I'm not fishing, I'm playing bass or doing real estate. Yeah.
So who's someone that you've played with some really big names? Drop them.
Oh gosh, all right.
Tell us, Joey.
When I was 21, I started playing bass for a fellow named Dean Guy, who was engaged to one of the Veronica twins. So
The Veronica sisters.
so he was
Whoa.
engaged to one of the Veronica twins, and we toured the country, supporting the Veronica twins. He'd come third on Australian Idol.
Who's this?
A fellow South African bloke by the name of Dean Geyer.
Okay.
Yep.
You
Back
know,
in 2008 that happened. So he came third on Australian Idol.
Who was he against? I might know the winner.
Damien Leith won it that year.
oh, that was a waste of a win, wasn't it?
I don't know. Sorry, Joe.
I remember him.
I remember.
You know, Irish fella.
Bad teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, no, the song that he did a really good job of was Hallelujah.
Oh shit,
that's the
Dave!
one.
Don't sing for us,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
a podcasting.
That's the
mate.
one. It's bang on.
Don't turn my mic off, you pig. I was just getting into the chorus. There you go. That's my memory work.
That was good. Yeah, then I got to play on Rove with Jessica Malboy.
Yeah. Oh, so you got to actually play with Melboy.
Yeah, that was good.
I actually don't mind her. I rate her as a singer.
She's a weapon, isn't she?
Yeah,
She's very good. And then that led on to, this is a funny one, Shannon Knoll at Lilydale Cricket Club.
Nice.
You're playing live at the Lilydale Cricket Club.
Yeah, well, look, I think the club could only afford to buy Shannon, and then we had to just fit in all the little puzzle pieces around him.
Did you get on the nose beers?
No,
David, man, this is a PG show.
no, he's pretty happy, Knowlesy. Just make sure there's a big bottle of vodka backstage. And
So basically, you're in a band.
Shit, this gets recorded.
Yeah.
That's all right. Shannon doesn't listen.
No.
So basically, you're in a band. You slap the bass. What else do you slap?
Well, you slap the bass and you pluck the strings.
Okay.
What about
You tap anything?
No, just pluck and slap. And
Tap the bass.
slap, pluck and pull.
what about J-Lo, Joe?
Oh yeah, that was good. Just to play bass for a young lass named Kate Alexa, and yeah, we supported Jennifer Lopez on the Dance Again tour
Jennifer Lopez.
in 2012.
Adrian's referencing South Park.
So that was fun as well.
Yeah. So is she like really a massive diva? Because isn't that the rumors?
Oh, it's look, we only just sort of seen her like the Queen. She just kind of waved to us, but yeah, whole dressing room in white. There's like 8 Mercedes vans that shows up. The mum, the sister, the kids, the boyfriend,
Wow.
the makeup artist, the dance instructor. It's like a whole convoy that follows her. It's pretty crazy when you get to that level of fame.
She probably gets to eat crabs with like meat in them and stuff. Like it's probably on her rider. You reckon?
Yeah, definitely got meat in her crabs that she eats.
She definitely gets meat crabs. What about village people?
Oh yeah, I was playing in 2017 with an ABBA tribute band, and it was like a Kings of Disco tour of Asia. And yeah, the ABBA tribute band that was playing was supporting the village people, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they nice fellows?
Yeah, they were nice fellas. A good mate. I don't know if he's listening. Peter Ferguson. He got to meet the cop, so that was really good for him because.
Did he stick it to him?
Oh, I just thought it was good
Stick
for
it to
him
him.
because Peter used to be a cop, and I was like, "Hey, Peter, meet the cop."
Oh shit!
right.
Fergie was a cop.
Yeah, Peter. He's trained to be a police officer.
What, trained or he's actual cop?
No, he was.
No, he was.
Oh wow!
He was a
What,
police officer.
Were you constable or?
That
That wasn't a pun. That was an actual
No, he was. I can't remember. But
detective or what? What's he
I'm
know?
I'm not sure. You might want to get him on. Yeah,
Fishing with Fergie.
he was a cop.
he was a cop. Yep.
Okay,
And,
did not know that.
Also another good fisherman.
Yeah,
And police are bloody. Most of them are legendary people. So
yeah.
good
for
on you,
sure.
Pete.
Well done, Pete.
Yeah.
So village people. Where'd we get to with them again? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you
So-
got
we-
Pete made the cop. That's how we got to the cop reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but he's
Yeah.
not. So, how long did the village people guy have to be in the police force before he got the role as the cop in the village people? Like, how many arrests did he have to?
I don't know. I think they just had to just open their mouth and sing, and then that's how you get into the village people. Doesn't matter what industry you're from, if you can kind of sing and dance. I think
Yeah.
Mind
how you
my
made the cut.
ignorance. Mind my ignorance here. So, what my understanding of the village people is they're gay. Is that right?
Well, it's not.
Oh, it's just. Oh,
No. Well, mind my ignorance. That's what I'm saying. Like, I
Oh, well, the village people, the way I understand it, look, I don't have the history book here in front of me, but I think I read it somewhere. It was actually put together by a TV producer,
Yeah.
and that it's like, it's smart because it's like you've got 5 or 6 different characters. You've got, what is it, a police officer, construction worker, an Indian,
Indian.
an army
We
sergeant.
call them First Nations.
So all the other ones are jobs, and one's just a race. Like he just has to be a whole race of human.
Oh wow, that's
Well,
deep,
it's a-
Dave. That's
Do you think
deep.
that's? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That is deep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily all gay.
So it's
agents.
basically character.
Yeah, they're all characters.
Characters.
But music's not your true passion, is it, Joe?
Oh,
Your
I say this to everybody. If I could just play bass and go fishing, and I could make a living out of it, that's what I'd do.
yeah, but like above all that, you are big into food.
Oh yes, Joey is
I
a
see what
mad
you did
fisherman.
there.
We've been offshore in rough condition stuff, and he's still there cutting up onions on the board,
Yep.
frying them in individual pans to other meats and
Oh yeah,
lettuces.
cookers going everywhere.
He's got like 3 different pans and
fire hazards.
yep. And
He's not one of those people that just brings out a completely made meal and that's good enough, and
Yeah.
just kind of like heat it up a bit. He constructs masterpieces on the boat.
Yeah, which kind of brings me to why I'm here today. I said to Dave, I'd love to come and have a chat on this podcast and actually share with everybody listening here today.
he's looking at everything but the camera.
Yeah,
Well done, Joey.
there we go. We got for you today my top 5 boat meals.
Okay, what do you got for us, Joey?
Wait, we need a
Entertain
jingle.
me.
We
Yeah, I need like
jingle.
a segment. Can we? Okay. Yeah.
Top 5 boat meals.
Okay,
with
Joey,
Joe
what do you got for
Fernand.
us, mate?
All right. On what we got? Oh, it's gonna
Yep, you
squeeze up
squeezed in,
here.
mate.
I've got
You
to
squeezed in.
squeeze in. Oh, thanks, Dave. That's great. Okay, top 5 boat meals. Starting at position number 5.
Yep, what do you got?
If you've got just a basic frying pan and a little butane gas cooker, you want to get yourself a pack of sausages and some bread, and have yourself a good old-fashioned sausage sizzle. That's in position number 5.
So wait, just any ordinary sausages, not
Gourmet, surely.
Look, you know what? If I do a sausage sizzle, I like the gourmet Angus beef sausages. You can get a pack of them at Aldi. I think $7.99.
You're big on Aldi, aren't you?
Yeah, I like it. Good, different.
Good, different.
Yeah. No,
They've really penetrated your brain with the marketing. I see.
just good and different. Love
Yeah.
it.
Sausage sizzle. You can also get some onions chopped up. Make sure you get some nice caramelized onions there,
Mm.
and your selection of sauces, barbecue, tomato, mustard, whatever you want. You can sausage sizzle. It's easy. Just add heat to pre-done sausages.
Yeah, absolutely delicious, and can be often overlooked for the fancier foods, but a good sausage. And I'm going to differ from you here. I love a locally sourced butcher sausage, don't you, Adrian?
Oh yeah. I love the Balnarring
Balnarring
butcher
butcher.
sausages.
Yep.
Oh wow!
They
Yeah.
do like jalapeno
Oh.
lamb feta sausages. And,
Oh,
yeah,
sounds
Man.
delicious.
They're going to give us so many sausages now.
No,
All right.
we have
Well,
like 30 viewers on our YouTube panel. So honestly,
Okay.
guys, if you want to be interactive with us, like just comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll definitely get back to you because we don't get many comments, but it'd be great to have at least one.
We're terribly lonely.
yeah. Well, look, and if you are we live at the moment?
Yeah.
On
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, sure. We just people can write in the chat bar what their favourite boat food is, but
No, we're not live, Joey.
oh, that's okay.
We're working on that. We'll get to that stage next.
Yeah, cool. Oh well, we'll go to position number 4, and this is probably one of Winger's favourites,
Yeah.
and
Winger's
that's
favourites.
yeah, one of Winger's
I'm
favourites.
listening. I'm all ears.
Brendan loves the salad roll buffet.
Salad roll buffet. What's involved in the salad roll buffet here?
Salad roll buffet. You get yourself a nice pack of rolls,
Yeah.
and you have a selection of cold meats.
Yeah.
And you've got a selection of cold cheeses, and from the lettuce. Look, you don't want to be washing lettuces on the side of the boat and
In
using the
salt
colander
water?
and water.
Oh,
No, you don't want to
use
be
a
doing that.
colander to wash your
Y-
salads.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So you want to be then picking up yourself a packet of Coles shredded iceberg lettuce for your salad rolls.
Maximum
So you get
processing.
the pre-shredded stuff for the boat.
Pre-shredded stuff for
But
the
at
boat.
home, you'd use your colander washing device thing.
Yeah, and you'd
Yeah.
put a bit of love into it. But yeah,
Okay.
Winger loves the make your own salad roll buffet that's particularly suited for bumpy offshore conditions when you can't actually cook.
Oh, they are so good though. When you get like a really nice tiger bread roll.
Yeah.
And Brendan's obsessed with certain types of cheeses, but I'm easy on the cheese.
He is.
Yeah.
And good sauces.
Yeah, you want to be looking at mayonnaises, Dijonnaises. Yeah, you can even use the avocado as well, and slice up some tomato, get some cheeses. That's a big winner on board.
You know what's important is salt and pepper.
Oh, absolutely.
Brings it to life.
You know what my favourite ingredient is?
The dirt in the lettuce that you don't wash.
No, that's close, but it's a little bit better. Nando's peri peri sauce. That is my number one go-to ingredient.
We're big on it.
100%. Love it.
I go through bottles and bottles of that at home.
Yeah.
Like, it is my number one sauce.
I've kind of phased off it a little bit.
You phased off it.
It'll come back. Don't worry.
Mate, once you're a Nandino, you're a Nandino.
Have you had the bloody hot Nando's?
The extra hot?
That's called bloody hot.
So there's a...
Extra bloody hot, sorry.
Okay, no, not yet, because I haven't been to Nando's for about 6 months since I haven't been allowed to go there.
They sell it at Coles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Safeways man, but anyway.
Fair enough.
I'll go to Coles just to grab it.
All right, you want to know what's in position 3, Davey?
Yeah, move on up.
Okay, position number 3, bacon and egg muffins.
Just simple bacon and eggs.
Really?
Bacon and egg muffins. If you've got the little barbecue that's got the flat grill pan on it, you want to get yourself a couple of eggs and a couple of rashers of bacon and some English muffins.
Yep.
And some cheese. And then you can toast up your English muffins and your cheese and the eggs. You can have them sunny side up, or what I like to do with the eggs to have maximum flavour is just with the back end of a fork. Once you've cracked it onto the pan, you break up the yolk so that the yolk melds in with the rest of the egg. So you've got a full flavoured egg, and you're not having to sort of chomp. You're eating white bit, and
You lost me at chomp. I've got to be honest.
you don't want to just have a big glob of yellow in the middle. So you just spread the yolk out, and then you salt and pepper that bad boy up.
Oh, yeah.
It's these little touches that make Joe Lord of the boat foods.
The,
you know
the,
that?
the 1%ers,
We
I
would
reckon.
never do
Like,
that.
honestly, Joe, how I used to do cook-ups on the boat was you'd have the classic camper oven, the $3 oven with a couple of butane cans.
Yep.
You chuck the frying pan and you have ingredients. You have your sausages, your eggs, and your Nando sauce, whatever. I'll just literally throw everything in the pan and just mash it and then shove it in bread.
It's good.
And
I like an omelette.
not an omelette.
Oh yeah, just like an ultimate
fry up.
ultimate brekkie roll.
Yeah.
Hey, it all ends
It
up.
was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You just do the same thing.
It all ends up together in your stomach anyway.
It does.
Is that right,
That's
Joe?
good. Yeah, it does.
Joseph-
I think Joe's cringing here because I just missed all his steps with the egg. There was about 20 steps in the egg cooking.
No,
Yeah.
that's it. No, nothing like a good egg and bacon muffin roll. We're in snapper season at the moment. Nice, beautiful, calm morning. Get the bacon and eggs, and make sure you've got yourself a nice thermos full of nice hot coffee.
Well,
yes.
we actually use jet boilers and make percolated coffee, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
catch up.
Percolate.
I love that. I love Dave's. I'm half Italian and absolutely love my short black or long black coffee from the percolator in the morning. And
He's like screaming for the vanilla ice cream. He goes, "I need my affogato." Basically.
affogato is fantastic.
Joe, you actually
Joey,
gifted.
are you actually going to bring avocado on the boat next time?
Yeah, well, look, this is where I'm at, and
Yeah.
Dave, he kind of laughed at me, but I said, Dave, I'm going to get one of those fridges that's got the freezer in the middle, and then we can bring ice creams out on the boat in the middle of summer.
Dave's just thinking about all the unwanted gear on the boat that's not
Oh
needed.
yeah, it does my head in as it is.
I got to bring my floating kitchen on board.
You,
as I
you
call
just
it.
basically need a separate boat just to cook us meals.
Yeah.
Joe's not too bad. Suraj brings the biggest pots in the world with him.
Yeah.
And red wine and. We should have a Joe and Suraj trip where they both have a cook-off.
Yep.
Yeah. Which takes me up to position number 2. and this is ranked pretty highly.
So
but-
this is number 2. So it started from the lowest rank to the highest. I
Yeah.
didn't know where we're going here.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, we're at number 2.
Okay, here we
And
go.
Obviously.
look, I haven't had the chance to make this for you guys yet, but you got to have a steak sandwich, Adrian. I'm really impressed with your little Milwaukee. Is it Milwaukee?
Oh, the
Right.
baby Q.
The
Oh
baby
yeah,
Q?
yeah, my Milwaukee Webbq baby thing. Yeah.
Webbq.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, absolutely beautiful. So what we're gonna do is next time you bring that.
Well, Dave actually got one for Christmas after we used mine multiple times.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, from the in-laws. It's supposed to be for me and Maddie, but she never gets to look at it. It
Yeah.
just comes on the boat all the time.
Sometimes me and Dave have ours side by side when we're camping, and we have a cook-off
Yep.
in front of each other. And we
Adrian always abuses me for not preheating enough.
Joe, this is very important. When you barbecue, you need a preheated grill. It needs to be hot.
No, you do. You're right.
I've seen Dave chuck bacon on a cold grill,
Oh, piss
and
off.
I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
No,
no,
well-
no, you definitely you've got the kettle barbecue.
Yeah.
Like it makes perfect sense to preheat that thing. But
Well,
you can't preheat a freaking.
I agree with you completely. Dave's getting quite angry here because we're
you had
grilling it.
several months to familiarize yourself with the Webbq before I got a turn at it, so I didn't realize that you had to preheat it so much to get the heat into it. Now I know,
Yeah.
and now I'm superior.
If you don't know,
cookman.
now you know.
So, Adrian, we're going to get your baby Webbq out
Yeah.
on the next trip, and what we're going to do is make Philly steak cheese sandwiches. I haven't completely thought this one out.
So what is Philly like that cream cheese
Yeah,
stuff?
well, I'm going to have to try and engineer a way to make the cheese sauce, but just hear me out. We're going to get some eye fillet steaks,
Mhm.
and we're going to
I'm
slice.
listening.
We're going to slice them up thinly.
Yep.
And we're also going to have some onions.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some crushed garlic, and we're going to caramelize the onion and garlic.
Yep.
And we're going to have little thin tenderized pieces of eye fillet steaks.
Yep.
And we'll sizzle them up, make sure they're well seasoned. Nice cracking of salt and pepper. But then we need to figure out a way how to make a hot cheese sauce, and we're going to put hot cheese sauce Philly steak cheese rolls.
This seems really complicated on such small trailer boats. We're talking.
We can find a way. Don't worry.
That doesn't bother Joe.
Dave once, just on another side note, Dave once used to make a joke to me. He's like, Joe, are we going to be having creme brulees in the short corner while we're trolling for marlin? And I actually...
Okay, marlin fishing's a bit different to because you have your set rods and
The ultimate cooking fishing is at anchor, like snapper
Yeah.
and stuff, where the
Yeah.
boat's nice and
you know what I
quiet.
like? The ultimate fishing is when you're on a houseboat and you got like 3 kitchens to cook on.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
But then Joe just tries to kill you with the world's hottest chilies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we can talk about that a bit later.
Yeah. Oh, let's come back around to that.
Yeah, we all love chili on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
So, anyways, we'll go straight to number 1, and that's the favourite. The favourite from amongst everybody that's sitting here, and they love a good hamburger on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that does sound really good. Did we already go through number 1 just then?
Yeah, he just
Oh my
spat it
god! I
out.
was going to do a little drum roll.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, do it again.
Oh, I've done the wrong sound effect.
Number 1.
Number 1. Number 1 is, as these boys call it, Joey Burgers.
Joe Burgers.
Joey's Burger.
I can't believe you just skipped through. Me and Adrian were trying to like communicate through our eyeballs because I think he's
Yeah.
telling me we've gone over an hour or
No,
something.
we're
Yeah.
coming up to an hour.
That's all right. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just like skipped straight into it, and I was like in shock.
Yeah.
So please delve.
So Joey's Burgers are basically a French brioche bun, I believe.
Yep.
And you just get some mince beef where you, I guess, put salt and pepper and just rub your hands in it. like
Yeah,
this.
it's
Just
pretty
caress it.
simple. So you got to get yourself some good chuck mince, being like 3-star. 3-star, the meat's still got a bit of fat
So
in it. So you don't want the super lean,
5-star?
healthy stuff. That's no good. You want like a 3-star mince that's got a lot of fat in it. And it's pretty simple. You just crack some salt and pepper into it and kind of loosely put them together. And then with your hamburger flipper, smash it. Like the Americans call it smash burger.
This has actually revolutionized my burger making
Yeah, right.
'Cause
So
I
how
used-
did you used to make burgers?
Well, I used to put so much flavour into my burgers, all this unnecessary stuff. It would take ages, heaps of chopping. And then Joe comes out, just literally like grabs a handful of minced
Mince.
meat, salt, pepper, makes it into a patty. And it's the best tasting burgers in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to Wingers and he's made us homemade burgers. And his ingredients, Jay, used to, I guess, used to be a kilo of mince. I don't know what mince it was. Whether it was pork, beef, or lamb. I don't
Mhm.
know. And it involved about a 500-gram jar of just minced garlic into the mince, and an egg and some breadcrumbs.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
Garlicky.
Yeah, Dave was there when it happened, and he goes, "We need more garlic." I was like, "Are you insane? We're not vampires here."
What is it with Brendan Wing and just hyper flavoring every food,
Mm.
as he calls it? Like he sampled one of these Joe burgers that we're just talking about, and I just remember everybody like loved them on that
Oh
Ilden
no!
trip.
So-
And yeah, go
So
on.
yeah. So we were on my Bucks party.
Yeah.
There was 10 people there, and they all were like, "Joe, those burgers were amazing. Best burgers I've ever had. We all enjoyed it." Brendan's like, "No, look, I've got to be honest with you. It needed tomato sauce."
Hang on. He came back for seconds,
Yeah.
so it must have been good.
Yeah.
When he can't comment on things when everyone else is liking it. He always has to go the
He
opposite.
just wanted to
So
be different. Yeah.
he basically had this spite answer. Needed tomato sauce, Joe.
Yeah. I'll have a second one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, basically, what the Joey burger is, it's a homemade Big Mac, as I call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've gone over the meat. You get yourself a bag of pre-shredded lettuce because no one's got time for that on the bone. Get yourself good pre-shredded lettuce. Also, there's something at Coles called a burger slice. It's like these yellow American cheese
You
slices.
got us into that.
It's got
Yeah.
no dairy whatsoever in it.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, once the meat's done, another pro player tip with making burgers, once the burger's cooked on both sides, you want to get your cold cheese out of the packet and then melt it on the burger bun.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to also, on a brioche bun, like a bit of oil, bit of fat's already in the bun, that toasts up really nicely. So you melt the cheese onto the meat, and then I top it off with some secret burger sauce, which is more or less Big
Readily
Mac sauce.
So
available.
that's just basically a Big Mac.
it's a Big Mac. Oh, and I also do caramelized onions.
Oh yeah. You
So
got to have
that's
that.
it. I just
yeah.
make it really simple. Like there are only 3 or 4 really simple flavors, but it's all how you put it together.
Okay,
100%.
so summing up, the secret to Joe food
Yeah.
is simple foods cooked with all these little tricks and love.
Yeah.
Right? So bring out the flavour in the simple foods rather than just trying to jam as much shit in
Yeah,
there as possible like we do.
You don't need to hyper flavor things as Brendan Wing does.
Yeah. So, well, we can quickly talk about
What do you want to talk about?
the chili poisoning.
Oh, the chili poisoning. I think we've touched base about this before, but we didn't really get in depth of it.
Did
Wait, didn't you guys do a chili sampling on the podcast?
We did, but I think I texted you because I was trying to compare the chili grade. I think the shoe rating.
Oh, yeah, Scoville rating.
Yeah, the one that I was trying to compare it to the one that you tried to kill everyone with.
Yeah, so when we were on my Bucks party, Joey was, for a special treat, made everyone grilled over the Coles chicken wings with special spicy sauce.
Yeah.
And we were all thinking, oh, yeah, this would be nice, bit of spice. And like Tom and Joe were cooking, my brother Tom and Joe were cooking it like for hours, slaving over these chicken wings, right? And then someone, I can't remember who was the first one that sampled it. I think it was Tom. The moment it hit his tongue, the look on his face.
No, hang on. I believe I was the first one to sample because Wingo was trying to stitch me up,
But
right?
you didn't flinch, Adrian.
No, this was hilarious because I eat a lot of hot food. I know,
Yeah.
I know what's hot and what's not, and I remember, it's hot. Someone will feel it, and I didn't flinch. And then, I think you and Winger were looking like, oh, you must have got a bad one. So I had another one and ate it. Okay, no, it's still good. And then Dave's brother Tom, he just reaches in, ranches and just takes a bite. And literally just sweat's pouring off his face, and he's just like, "What have you done, Joe? You've ruined this chicken."
Oh, he got so mad. He actually got mad. He's like, "That's not even funny. That's so messed up." Not that word though. A worse word.
Yeah.
Like he was absolutely furious.
It was literally meat labouring these chicken wings for about 7 hours on 30-degree heat. I think that's what actually made everyone sick in the end.
Yeah.
Because it took so long to cook. I guess the bacteria had time to adapt to the temperature change.
Oh yeah.
Joe's laughing.
That little houseboat toilet the next day, that got an absolute workout. There was a line and people were trying to bribe each other to get out to give them
So
turn.
the only ones that didn't need to use the toilet were me and Joey.
We're fine.
Yeah, and we didn't go anywhere near the houseboat because it actually smelt like a portaloo on a festival day.
I really,
Um,
I really wish that the hot wings had made Pawsey want to use the toilet, but
Oh,
no, he just slept like
No,
and
that's
snored.
not true. That's not true. He was up through the night.
They were flushing the toilet. It
Yeah.
went from 2 a.m. till
Oh.
about 2 p.m. the next day.
He got
just
messed
non-stop.
up, Joe. Didn't you know that?
There's
No.
like $50 notes getting handed around. Like, I'll give you this $50 note if I can use this toilet now.
Adrian was tying rigs on the boat, and I just walked up and I go, "Get off!" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Get off the boat."
Yeah,
And-
I was literally on the boat tying rigs, ready to go casting, and Dave's just kicked me off, and he's just floating in the ocean. I'm like, "Where you going?" Taking a poo, and he just drives out in the middle of the ocean. Not the ocean, the lake.
Into the middle of Lake
Yeah.
Eildon.
and he's just done a hang off the side, kind of half in the water kind of poo. And he comes back and goes, "That was good."
Oh yeah, I jumped in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just
you
dipped his anus in over the side.
cooled it off. There was actually a hissing noise
Yeah.
and steam rising. So yeah, you can come clean now, Joe. You were trying to stitch us up, weren't you?
Well, it's just a bit of fun, Like, see, everyone will remember that Dave's bucks and those wings.
Oh,
Like,
it's one of the funniest stories ever.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
So we've gone a bit overboard on the timing, haven't we, Adrian?
Oh, yeah, we're over an hour now, but that's okay. We can wrap it up. It was bloody great having you,
Yeah,
Joey.
yeah, no
Um,
worries. Thanks, fellas.
Our very first guest in studio, in our
Yeah.
new studio, which is going to get all like fancy. Like we literally just threw this together in about 5 minutes before we started.
Oh, mate, it was hectic because I got like a million cables going everywhere, and
Yeah.
you got to know what goes in what, and
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's going to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah. So let's finish her up.
all right. Thanks for listening to episode number 7.
Woohoo!
Woo.
That was the best one we've